This is outstanding. There we go. Can you hear me now? What about now? What about now? Anything? Ah, nice. All right, perfect. Good morning, guys. Can you hear me now? Oh, all right, perfect. So, let's see what we got going on here. Actually, just awesome. Awesome. Glad to have you guys on here. Glad to have you guys on here. Sweet, 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 sweet. Let's see. All right. So I hope everybody had a good night, good night's rest, because we gotta check this out, man. We're gonna see what the scans are looking like. I haven't looked at anything yet. Just brought up the scanners about 10 minutes ago and was actually setting up the live stream because I'm a complete noob at technology, and I had to call my partner and be like, "Hey, man, what do I do here?" Because I set it up yesterday, but I'm unsure. And as you saw, the volume wasn't working. But anyways, let's check out the scans. Here you see on this side right here, this is my gap scanner. Okay, let's see. Can you see my mouse cursor? Let's see here. I don't know if you can see the mouse cursor. There you go. There's a little delay, of course. So that's my gap scanner. These are the trade idea scanners. If you're interested in them, link in the description section below. You can see them and see the coupon code that I have down there. Now we have this one right here. What is this? NAOV. Let's see. NAOV. The chart. Let me bring it up here on my, you know what? Let me minimize the broker and make the chart bigger because that's what matters. So NAOV. So normally what I would do here, guys, right, is I have now my scan up. I see what the first stock I want to look at, and it's up. It's up a lot. It's up 122%. And let me see here. Okay, it's up 122%. And we have a 10 million float. You see it right here, 10 million float. And now what I want to do is I want to see if it has some news on it, right? So I'm just going to go ahead. And what I do quickly usually is I just grab my phone and I go open up the Yahoo Finance app. Boom. This is how I do it quickly. And I just type in the ticker, NAOV, NAOV. And I see if it has news or not. I want to know why it's up so big, because that's massive. I mean, this thing's gone from 70 cents all the way to $1.60 something. That's huge. So 2 hours ago, it says independent study finds significant benefits provided by NANO Vibronics EuroShield device. So I'm guessing this is some sort of biotech, and it has some good news. It must be really good because that's a huge run right there. What I'll do next too is I'll go ahead and take a peek at the short float on this, see how many, the float's 10 million, like we said, 10.39 million. And there's 87,000 shares short on it, so it's not a lot. And that was as of November 13th. You can find all that on the Yahoo Finance app. So now we know it has news. We know it's gapping up big. And what's the next thing that I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and start mapping out some lines. So NAOV, here's the daily chart. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start looking for potential support and resistance zones, right? This thing has made a big move already. So let me see here. So like this area right here, underneath the dollar, this 80-cent area, this would have been an area that I would have, tried to mark out. As you see there, it's these previous tops. And it's this, like the top part of like this gap fill, right? But we're all the way up at $1.60. We're talking about a 50% retracement to get it back down there. So I wouldn't think it would do that. And if it did, it'd be kind of weak and I wouldn't be interested in it anymore, right? So what's the next thing I'm going to look for? I'm going to look for levels up here higher, like this right here. Maybe that $1.30 area, right? Next would come, and ideally, probably this area right here, which I suspect it's going to coincide with that 200-day moving average in that general area. So now I have this 160 to 150 area as potential support, right? As potential support, because we have the 200-day moving average and we have this top and this previous kind of support zone back here. So now that we have some support levels, mapped out, the next thing is to look for resistance levels. right? If the stock decides to make a big move, we want to know where it can find a wall, where it can find some resistance, stuff like that. Okay, so we already know that we're finding some resistance up here in this general 170 area in pre-market. You see it there? It lines up with these tops here in the daily. So if we break over that with some with some strength, you know, $2 is definitely imminent to psychological level. And then we have all of this zone right here, which is going to be 260 area. Boom, you see it right there. All these previous tops, this 250, 260 area, so call it 255. And then after that, we really don't have anything until $3 and this double top here at 348, 350, this double top on the daily. So those would be, oh, which look at that, coincides with all that as well. So those will be the areas that I'd watch. Now, typically I don't trade dollar, you know, like $1.50 stocks. Just me, I don't do very well with them typically. So I'd probably stay away from it. I'm just doing this to show you guys, you know, the way that I would analyze this stock now here in pre-market. Now, if you guys have any tickers you want me to take a look at, uh, drop them in the comment section and we'll do that. The next one is Vive, V-I-V-E, 15 million shares in the float. We have a big gap up here, but really no volume. 25,000 shares traded. I'm not even gonna, you know, entertain that. Like I'll just put that on the back burner list, right? Because 25,000 shares, come on, that's nothing. That's no volume. So I'm not gonna pay attention to that. Now there's one here that, but it only has 82,000 shares. SQBG, I was excited because of the price. You know, I like these more expensive ones. And only 1 million shares in the float. This thing can get moving like that. But only 82,000 shares in the float. So not excited anymore on it. I will, you know, this is an old line I have here. I will map out some levels on it, right? Just in case it starts to get volume at the bell. And I'll go ahead and take a peek at Yahoo Finance and see if it has any news. So let's take a quick look here, see if SQBG has any news. SQBG. So SQBG is up 27% in pre-market, has news. Sequential brand stock soars after potential sale of company being considered. That was 26 minutes ago. So, you know, potential sale of company apparently is creating some buzz. WKHS is gapping down big, maybe fade back up, maybe a fade back up. So maybe you think it'll bounce back up, as you're saying, off of the fade? B Matt, why did WKHS dump after hours trading? I don't know. Did you check and see if it has any news? I really never, I think I traded this way back when President Trump tweeted about it, like way back. I think that was the last time I traded WKHS. I haven't really traded it since. Trying to check it out here. I don't see any recent news. I don't see any recent news on it other than a lot of the EV sector took a dump yesterday. So, you know, it could just be a late move on it. Most of it took a dump on the Chinese side of things because of, you know, regulations. So WKHS, you know, maybe just people panicked out of it. I don't really know. I don't see anything on Yahoo Finance. I don't know if there's been any SEC filings on it either. But boom, I think Tesla will give a nice chance today. You want to check out Tesla? Let me see. We'll check out Tesla. Let me see if there's anything else here on the gap scan that I like. So you got Cat B. Look, old lines. Look at this, guys. This is an old line that I drew. I don't even know how long ago. Look at the pre-market where we're bouncing off of. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why I don't remove lines ever. Unless I have to clean up the chart because I have too many lines. Look at that, you know? So nothing there. I'm not a fan of that. BB gapping up here. Real big red day yesterday. All right, so let's take a look at Tesla. Who wanted to see Tesla JD? JD says that Tesla might have a chance at a nice day today. Don't know about that, my man. We're gapping down and it's looking weak as we draw closer to the open. Let me take a look at the hourly chart here. Let me bring that one over here, frame real quick for you guys. So here's the hourly chart on Tesla. Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, maybe if it comes down to 550, we can get a bounce off of that level. You see, we bounced here, resistance here. You know, we bounced off of it here, here, here. So I mean, maybe, but we're gap. It's weak right now. Like me, right? What I would be doing today on Tesla is looking for further weakness, right? Because I like to trade with the trend. I'm not a contrarian trader, so I like to trade. I like to trade with the trend. So for me, I own Tesla. I traded Tesla a lot this year. It's made me a lot of money. I basically traded Tesla almost for 2 months straight in the summer. Like for me, Tesla today would be something I just watch. I wouldn't be looking actively to trade it uh, unless I see some major weakness or some major bounce coming in. Right now, it's looking weak. It's looking weak. Let's see here. JD, I short Tesla a lot. For me, gapping down also gives me chance. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I guess that's what you meant by giving it a nice chance today. My bad. I thought you were talking about long. Yeah, I short Tesla. I shorted Tesla the other day. I buy puts on it. So yeah, man. I'm a long bias trader, but I trade the opportunity, right? So I'll short Tesla. I've shorted Zoom. I buy puts. So yeah, for sure, I'm with you on that. I think that it potentially might have some more downside to it. Clearly on the daily, it has downside. Like if you look at the daily right here, we can come down here to 550. If we bounce off of that, that's some strength. But if we break underneath 550, I mean we got room to fall 520, 510. So definitely something to keep on watch. Let's see here. Okay, so there's nothing else on there. Let's just get back to the scans here. Some stocks that are weak this morning: CRM gapping down, LI gapping down. Now LI is gapping down underneath uh, the previous lows here, as you see on the daily. You see that line? Boom. So I mean, I'm not looking. I don't have shorts on LI, but I'd be looking to potentially short it if it can get above 34, 33. It's 33, $34 area. I would look to short it if I had shorts, but I don't have shorts. So I probably won't look at it again. XPEV, probably same. Yeah, same look, same. See all these Chinese EV stocks, the same thing. What I want you to notice here is look at this $50 level. Okay, look at this. This is resistance here. It was potential support yesterday, like it didn't break underneath it. Now today we're at 47 bucks. These things are so weak. I wouldn't be surprised to see this come down to $40. Uh, if not today, in the next week. NIO. Look at this. They all have the same pattern, guys. They all have the same gap down. Look at that. Boom. All of them. All of them. And look at this increase in volume as we're dumping. So this is something to watch for further downside. Increase in volume as we're dumping. LI, I bet you're increasing volume. Increasing volume as we're dumping. You see? So these are all something to watch for further downside. These are definitely, they have more downside to them. So I'm going to keep them on watch for further downside. Let's see. What else do we have? I'm not real excited with my gap scan this morning at all. Vive, 27,000 shares traded. I'm going to scratch that one off. NAOV, don't like the price point. I will keep it on watch. SQBG, finally starting to get a little bit more volume, but still pretty light. Very small float, 1 million shares in the float. So I'm definitely keep this one on watch. NAOV, SQBG on watch. CatB, I don't like it. It's coming back down. It's like, look at this. It's a downtrend. So I don't like that. And look at the daily. All these old lines I have drawn here. We have a gap entry at $1.80 something. And the gap goes to $5 and change. So I don't think that's going to happen today. IBIO. I mean, I just don't like anything on the gap scans, guys. Today's going to be a day where I'm going to probably have to let the market open up and just let my scanners scan and look for opportunity and then adjust on the fly, right? Like come up with game plans on the fly. Usually I like to have my game plans pre-drawn the day before or in pre-market. And we did the game plan on NAOV. We talked about those EV sectors, Chinese stocks for their downside potentially. Talked about Tesla. Looks like it has some downside to it, maybe there. But right now, I'm not excited. And one of the things that, for me, if I'm not excited about the market, I let the open come in. And I don't trade the bell, but usually around 9:40, 9:45, I'm already in my first trades. Today might be a day where I might not take a trade until 10, 10:30, maybe even 11, or maybe I don't even trade at all because I don't like to force trades. I'd rather conserve my profit and conserve my mental capital because red days kind of mess with my mental capital. So I might be one of those days where I just sit back and watch, and maybe take a small trade, unless Tesla really sets up like JD was talking about. Man, if she wants to go down, I'll be happy to write it down. um, but look, I wish there was more on the scans to talk about, but there really isn't. So if you guys have any stocks you want me to look at, let me know, and we'll bring it up here and take a look at the daily, take a look at the intraday chart here in pre-market, and go from there. But right now, I'm keeping Tesla on watch, NAOV on watch, SQBG on watch, and I'll look at these EV stocks that are gapping down here. I'll look at those and see if there's any puts available. If that, because I don't even like how the puts traded last time I traded puts. I traded that bear flag on BLNK intraday with puts, and I mean I made money, but I don't like how they traded. COGT, beat Matt says. COGT. COGT. So the reason I look over here to the side is I got a bigger daily chart over here, but I don't really. What do you? Yeah, the mustard does seem pretty quiet. BMAT, COGT. What is it that you're looking for there? What do you? Because I don't really see much, man. I don't really see much on there. Very light volume in pre-market, very light volume. I mean, it has moved. We do have a gap up, but it's so light volume that I can't get involved in that because I don't like trading those light volume stocks. They either go up really big out of nowhere or drop really big out of nowhere, and then it's like so I don't really trade them, man. Okay, Jesse, good luck this morning. You too, Poch. I don't know if I'm assassinating your name, my man. But you too, have a good one, and I hope you nail a good trade. Oh, they have $100 million offering, BMAT. Yeah, man. Like, where's the offering at? Do you know? Since you already know about the offering, is the offering at market or did they make it below market? Zach, okay, I'll get on that one for you. BMAT, like this thing, in order for it to get moving, it's gonna have to break over 14 bucks. At a minimum, this $12 pivot. Look at that line right there, $12. Resistance, resistance, all this resistance. Uh, you know, this looks like some recent type of stock. So I'd have to break that $12 pivot opportunity at 14 then, and break over 14. It can get the party started, but it needs volume. It needs volume. Let's see here. ARLO. ARLO. Jackson, how long do I hold my positions for? Depends. It could be 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or it could be an hour. I think one of my lengthiest day trades has been about 45 minutes. I'm not in very, very long. I mean, I'm not a scalper, so I'm not in for seconds generally, unless it hits my target. But I'm generally in 5 minutes to like 15 minutes is my general trade, and it can go up to about 45 minutes. So I imagine an hour is not out of the question for me. BMAT, you too, brother. You too. So let's check out ARLO for Zach. ARLO, no, nothing in pre-market, very light volume. Had big volume yesterday with a nice push. You'd be looking for it to get above that area for sure. Maybe watch and see if it can get above yesterday's close. If it gets above yesterday's close, you might get a quick little run up here to $7 and change. But you need volume. You need volume on that in order to get it going, Zach. Let's see here. Nothing else popping off. VIVE still very light volume on that one. NAOV. Let's grab that one. Oh, that's the one we went over. Rizwan, I guess you just got here. We went over this one. Look at all the lines I drew already. I'll go over it for you. No problem at all. So NAOV is gapping up on news. It had some news out there. It's got a low float. The short float on it is pretty small. So I wouldn't expect some huge short squeeze. But like I said, it needs to hold this 200-day moving average area, right? It's at 160 down here to 1 50, right? With this previous top and these previous bottoms. It needs to hold that. If it doesn't hold that, then it needs to hold this 130 area, okay? If it doesn't hold that 130, I wouldn't be interested in it personally. Break above that, you know, break and hold that 200 day, you know, we can get a run to right here, let's say $2, uh, this previous tops right here, and that psychological level, and then you know you have room up to 260s, then $3, then 345. As you see, some of these lines have already come into play in the pre-market session. No problem, Zach, no problem. Well, we got 10 minutes to the open, guys. I'm not gonna stick around. I'm not gonna stick around. No problem, Rajon, bro. My pleasure. I'm not gonna stick around after the bell. After the bell, I gotta shut this down so I can focus on the trading at hand. Cause streaming, I have stuff all over my screens. Like you should see this. I have all sorts of stuff going on here, and I can't have that while I'm stream. I can't stream live YouTube and trade right now today. I'd have to have a better setup here for you. So let me know, you know, let me know how you like the stream, guys. If you like it, smash that thumbs up button for me, the like button on the YouTube, and remember to check out the daytraderchatroom.com. That's my new website. It's going to be live the 28th of this month, but you can go into it now. You can check out and surf the site. You can also take advantage of some of the pre-launch pricing, because the prices will go up, obviously. You know, as a thank you to anybody that subscribes, there's discounts that are out there for the pre-launch. Then after that, it'll go up. It includes my courses and everything. So make sure you check it out, the daytraderchatroom.com. Let's see, what else do we got here? You can save $50 today with coupon code December, not December spelled out, but DEC, all caps, DEC 50, and you can save $50 off today. Andrews, my pleasure, my man. My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm gonna let the scans continue running here in case something pops off, and I'm gonna hang out here for another few minutes, and then I'll close it up, and I'll close it up and move on with the day. But if you have any questions, since I'm gonna be here, I'm just gonna mute the mic. Let me know. Put it in chat there, and if you know, if I can be of any help, I'm gonna get back on the mic for you. All right, and then I'll be back right before I sign off. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Zach wants to know what platform I'm on. The platform I am on is Street Smart's Edge. And let me see here. See if I can get it. There you go. That's Street Smart's Edge right there. That is not web-based. It's downloadable on Windows. When I trade on my Mac, when I've been traveling, like traveling over down at the Keys property, you know, at the house there on the Florida Keys, I use my Mac there because it's a laptop, and I use their web-based Street Smart's Edge. It's okay. It got the job done for me in the summer, and I made a boatload of money on Tesla with it. I just prefer something I can download to my computer. Bob Lab, forget the market today. Let's go fishing. My bro, I cannot like agree more with you, because I am not excited with the market today. I'm going to be watching what is this? NAOV. Man, dyslexia. I don't have it, but it feels like it. NAOV and Tesla and some of those other EVs. And SQBG for sure. I'll be watching those, but I'm not excited, man. I'd rather go fishing. JD, something I wonder when I watch your videos is on your system to pick the option you like. For instance, how many days left in the contract? And you know, JD, I go over that in my course. In January, there's going to be the options course. I'll tell you a little bit here, but like there's a lot more that goes into it, right? There's going to be an options course in my at the Day Trader chat room in January, and I go over all that. So as far as picking the expiration date, how volatile do you want it to be, right? Same day expiration, extra volatile. Further out in the week, less volatile. 2 weeks out, a month out, less volatile. So it depends on how volatile you want it to be and how volatile the stock is. So that's the expiration date. It's all about volatility and volume. Like I want to pick an option that has good volume. I'm trying to move away from quest trades to something more robust. Love the stream, man, and this is becoming a staple. Zach, man, glad to have you on here. I don't know quest trade. I'm not familiar with that, but I like the Street Smarts Edge. I was with E-Trade, and if you search through my channel, you'll see a big trade I had back in February where I got a really bad fill on E-Trade, and instead of making like $8,000, I only, and I used the term only loosely, only made $6,700. So I made almost 7,000 bucks instead of a little over 8,000. But that's a lot of money. That's, you know, it's another $1,000 that I missed out on, and it was on E-Trade. And I recorded the screen. I showed it on YouTube. I sent it to them, and they were like, "Nope." I was like, "Okay, peace," and I left them. No problem, JD. My pleasure, bud. B Matt, is your chat room also the course or separate? It is included with the biannually, the annually, and the lifetime memberships. There's a quarterly plan on there. It is not included with the quarterly plan. Bob Lab, man, maybe one of these days, since you're already one of the members, one of these days maybe we'll all go fishing, do a little member fishing trip, my man. I gotta get a bigger boat though, because my boat's it's a 25-foot CV. It's nice, it's good, but you know, 4 or 5 people is max on there. So I guess maybe just like the first members, we'll all go fishing. What guys? 4 minutes left to the bell. Remember, I'm gonna start getting ready here. Hey Matt. Oh, Matt B. Whoa, dude. Are you guys like doppelgangers? You got B Matt and then you got Matt B. My bad, man. Anyways, I answered the question anyway, so I'm glad you got your answer. Sorry about that, bro. The worst is toss. I don't like toss. I'm awesome, man. We'll do it. We'll go fishing. All right, guys. So I'm gonna start signing off here, man. Thank you for tuning in. Real short stream here. It was just this little pre-market session. Gonna start getting ready for the day. You know, any questions, feel free to reach out. Remember to check out the Day Trader chat room. DEC Capital, all capital 50 will save you $50 off today. Okay. I hope to catch you guys in the next one.